Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Trading Card Game live video. My name is Jamie and today I'll be taking you through another deck which has come out from the most recent expansion which has just been released today, and that is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Black Bolt and White Flare. But if you do like this type of content, as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course like the video, that would be great. But let's just go straight into the deck of today. We're looking at a new concept that has just come out called, it's been referred to as Emboar Box. This card here, which is a reprint from the original Emboar in black and white, a stage 2 fire type, 180 HP, has an attack. I think even the attack is very similar. Heat Crash, I might have to double check. But 4 energy and a colorless for 120 damage, so not banned. But it's predominantly the ability we want to use it for, which is Inferno Fandango. So as often as you like, you can attach a fire energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So pretty good. Pretty similar to Baxcalibur, but this is a fire variant of it. So yeah, the idea is pretty simple. You just attach as many fire energy as you like from your hand to your Pokemon. So, but what other Pokemon best pair well with Emboar? What other fire Pokemon are we utilizing? We've got a few options here. So one of them is one of our Ogerpons. We've got, this is the Fire Ogerpon. Has this first attack here, which is 20 times the amount of damage counters it has on it, which is somewhat relevant, but doesn't really have much HP anyway. So it's mostly the second attack here, Dynamic Blaze, that we want to utilize it for, 140 damage, and if the active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon or the defending Pokemon, then this does 140 more damage. So that is the idea, so we can get up to 280, so that's not bad. So that is one option. We also have here another card that has come out from the recent release, which of course is Reshiram EX, one of the legendary Pokemon from Black and White. Slash 50 damage, not too good, but worth noting just in case you need to get a, just to finish off something with less than 50 HP, I guess. But Blazing Burst, 130 damage, plus 50 more for each prize card your opponent has taken, so certainly a late game attacker, so worth keeping that in mind. So we can certainly get some numbers with that, so that's pretty good. We've also got here Gouging Fire EX, so an ancient Pokemon here. So Blaze Blitz, 260 damage, very, very solid. And of course this Pokemon can't use Blaze Blitz. While it's in the active spot, we have to retreat it, but there are ways of getting around that. So pretty good, that's a lot of damage that we can do there. So those are some EX attackers. We also have here as well Ho-Oh as well. So again, Flap for 50, not too relevant, but Shining Blaze, 100 damage. If the active Pokemon is, or the defending Pokemon is a Terra Pokemon, this does 100 more damage. That's also really good as well. So another good attacker. So again, all the energy requirements here that we have, especially with some of these Pokemon, we have to discard energy as well. We don't really care about that too much because we do have Inferno Fandango. So the idea is just to recover the energy and just keep putting energy down onto our Pokemon in any way that we like. So yeah, that is the idea. One Fezandipiti, just to flip the script, so pretty standard these days. But we also have here a Revavroom as well for Rumbling Engine. So we can discard a energy card from our hand and then we can draw until we have 6 cards. So this is our draw engine in the deck. So we definitely want to try and get that set up. But that is the Pokemon line. That's what we're working with. So again, I don't know that this deck has just come out. It's very, very new. I don't know if it's the optimal build, but there's certainly the skeleton, which of course I will leave in the description box below so you can check it out as well. Trainer line looking a little bit like this. So 3 Buddy-Buddy. So we need the Buddy-Buddies for our Tepigs, that has 70 HP, and of course our Varoom as well to get that out. So we've also got Switch, Earthen Vessel, pretty standard. We need to get our energy into hand as well. Rare Candy. We've got an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule as well for our Gouging Fire. Arven's in there. A new card here, Brave Bangle. We've got one of these. So if the Pokemon, if our Pokemon doesn't have a rule box, then it does 30 more damage. This is great for Ho-Oh if you want to lead with Ho-Oh. So that's the idea why we've got that. Of course, getting energy cards back, that is also very, very important. So we've got here 2 superior energy retrievals there. 1 Super Rod. Prime Catcher is our ace-spec of choice just to bring things up and knock them out. Also, we can use it as a way to kind of manipulate a little bit our Gouging Fire if we want to use Blaze Blitz again, so that's another option. So I've got that in there. And yeah, not too much else. I mean, we've got 1 Area 0 in there because we do run some Terra Pokemon, bosses, Iono, and another new card is Hilda. We also have Hilda in there, so we can search for an evolution Pokemon and an energy card, reveal them, and then put them into our hand. So that is the idea. So that's the trainer line. Energy, we're looking a little bit like this. So 8 fire, we do recycle them. So we've only got 8 in there, and just the 1 jet energy as well. So this also helps us out quite a bit. A lot of our Pokemon utilize just the colorless energy. So things like Reshiram, for instance, things like Gouging Fire. So we can utilize jet energy, and then the rest we just put on with Inferno Fandango. That is the idea. So that's the concept of the deck. It's a bit of like a toolbox deck. So we can choose kind of which avenue we want to go in. If we want to go down with, if we want to lead with Ogerpon, if we want to lead with Reshiram, Gouging Fire, depends kind of what your opponent's playing. But the main source of the deck is just getting this out, which is one of the new cards, of course, is Emboar for Inferno Fandango. But that is the concept of the deck. Again, it's a very, very new concept that has just come out. But that's a theory anyway. Let's go play a game with it and see how it plays out. Okay, so let's see if we go first or second. See what our opponent chooses. We want to go first, of course, because we can use our buddies and stuff like that. I found out later on, actually, that Ho-Oh is actually way better than I thought it was. So it actually relies on whether you have a Terra Pokemon in play. And we do play Ogerpon as well, so we can hit 200 with that. So that's pretty good. So cool. All right. Not bad. Not a bad start. What sticker do we want? Reshiram. We'll just leave it in the moment because that's a late game Pokemon. So let's leave a Reshiram for the moment. Cool. Okay. Oh, they have Delibird. So maybe we should have put Reshiram. That's fine. So yeah. Let's see what can we do with this. We can Ultra Ball. Goldingo. Okay. Okay, right. Nice, Fezandipiti. Cool. Let's see, we want to... I don't really want to get rid of Emboar here. Yeah, we kind of need that. I was just trying to think if we can get a... yeah, I want to get our Revavroom out so we can be ready to go for next turn. But, yeah, Ultra Ball with Reshiram. So Reshiram would have to go. The question is what... you know what? We can actually just ditch a Revavroom for now. That's fine. I'm sure, which we do, we have another one in deck, so that's absolutely fine. And if not, we can recover them back late game anyway with things like Night Stretcher and stuff. Cool. Iono. Nice, not bad. Let's put Gouging Fire down, get another Tepig down. Cool. Missing, of course, the Rare Candy there, but I think that's not a bad setup. Not a bad setup, we'll take that. We can draw a candy or I think we'll be okay. We can also Iono next turn anyway. Alright, so in theory this should be a very good matchup for us. We're not hitting weakness, sorry, we're not hitting weakness, we're not hitting evolutions here. Which we are hitting evolutions actually. What am I talking about? With Goldingo as an evolution. But what we're not doing, well actually we're hitting evolutions, even if it wasn't an evolution, if it weren't an evolution anyway, we'd still be hitting 280, which is enough to knock out the Goldingo because it is a metal type and it is weak to fire. So 140 is enough, but actually we're hitting for 280, plus that's actually 280 plus what, 560. So more than enough damage. So yeah, let's see if they can get a knockout. We need the retaliation basically. So cool. Was up to 5. Any number of basic energies, alright, that's fine. That should be different. Of different types, yeah, so it's maximum of 6 basically, so. Cool. Evolution is very useful. It's a very useful card. It's proving to give a lot of decks a lot of versatility, so. Okay, cool. Here comes Goldingo. So Mega Rain, so they'll probably get a knockout, that's fine. We need to retaliate though, that's the main thing, we need to hit that retaliation. What would be good right now is if we led with Ho-Oh, that would be amazing, because we could do 15, that's fine. We can put them down to 4 cards anyway, so let's see. The question is here, what do we lead with? I guess we have to lead with Gouging Fire. We can, if we get the Ancient Booster Capsule as well, we can, oh nice. Great top deck. Yeah, I don't really want to, unless Iono just to get the +6. It's effectively like a +6, right? Cool, that's good. 1 in discard pile. Alright, let's use flip the script. There's another one there. So 2, yeah, I don't really want to use a superior just to get 1 back, so to get 1 energy back, but I think that we might have to just to maintain the pressure, to maintain the, cool. Can we get anything else that's going to help us out at this moment in time? No, but Ho is actually prized though, which is not ideal. We will have to get that though, because we'll have to retreat this the following turn. Cool. All right, Ho-Oh is prized. Good to know. Yeah, if we had no Ultra Ball as well, we can also get our Revavroom out. That would help. Ugh, that's really annoying that we have to go, but we have to do it because we need to really maintain the pace of the game here. Cool. And we'll have to ditch, unfortunately, those two to get 1 energy back, which is very annoying, but we need to do it. We'll take 2 prizes. We'll also 520 take that, and we'll also, as a result, yeah, take 2 prizes, draw some cards. Hopefully we draw something we need. There's the Ho-Oh, which is pretty nice. Ho-Oh will be very good to lead with actually in this matchup, just because it's a non-EX and we'll get a knockout as well. Yeah, if this does get knocked out, then if it doesn't get knocked out as well, that's also another factor. We can't actually use Blaze Blitz the following turn. We have to use, we can bosses though. We have 4 prizes though. Yeah, if we boss something and we can knock it out, maybe the Genesect on the bench, just take a 1 prize, because we can't use Blaze Blitz. But yeah, energy for Varoom as yeah, the Revavroom as well would be good. But we have the Varoom on the bench. So let's see. 2 retreat costs as well. Maybe Air Blue might be a good touch in this. Maybe Air Blue might be a nice touch for this deck, just to be able to retreat a little bit. We do have Jet Energy. We've got Switch as well. And we also played the Ancient Booster Capsule as well, so I don't know. Alright, the question is, do they have enough? I believe they do. They have drawn a lot of cards there. There's 9 cards in hand. 9 or 6? 6, I know, 8, sorry, this was 9. Yeah, okay, Superior, so they do have the knockout as well. 2 prizes, okay. Put that active. So annoyingly, we could, if we got 4 energy, we could also put something in the active that has 1 retreat cost, like the Tepig or the Fezandipiti, and just retreat that. Alright, so knockout. That's fine. Okay, at least we can be a bit more flexible. So actually, Ogerpon only has 1 retreat cost anyway, so if we put it in the active spot, we can retreat it. That's fine. Stick that active. If we want to go down the route of Ho-Oh, and the Emboar, okay. Let's flip the script. Okay, cool. Jet Energy Earthen Vessel. Okay, we can actually get a knockout as well. We can also use Ho-Oh as well. Let's do we. You know what might be quite good? We do need some cards. We need to ditch some cards actually. So let's Ultra Ball. Let's Vessel first. I don't really want to get rid of Super Rod. Bosses might be the game for next turn. Right, so let's just do that. Alright. I did want to get another Emboar out, but unfortunately I think we're going to have to do that. So let's jet energy onto our Ho-Oh there. That goes active. And then we'll Inferno Fandango. Ah, okay, 1. Yeah, and then we're just 1 short here. Okay, we'll stick that there. So the question is here: do we guarantee the knockout? I think we guarantee the knockout here because we could. They need bosses. Did they play any bosses yet? I don't think they did. They bring something up, knocking out. Okay. So we could use Rumbling Energy and then Iono them. That would be the optimal play because they've got 2 prizes. But they can also use coin bonus as well. Yeah, this is tough. Alright, I think we're gonna... Oof, this is risky. Okay, we did get an Arven there. Let's see. Oh, there's another Superior in there. I think there's another Vessel. I believe we have more in deck. But we didn't get the Iono though, which is kind of annoying. But we've got more cards in hand. I didn't even get a tool either. Let's get rid of Buddy-Buddy. Okay. Yeah, kind of risky. But the play there was just to get the Iono there and try and put them down. But nevertheless, cool. And we'll just one final thing just to try and deck thin a little bit. We'll just get Gouging Fire on bench. Cool. Yeah, I really should have got a tool there. Could have got the Ancient Boost to Capsule and put that. Never mind. Cool. Alright, so now it just comes down to if they have bosses and if they can get a knockout, basically. Unfortunately, we have Prime Catcher in hand as well. So we've got a game next turn, I believe. Arven in hand, Catcher, Energy. So we've got a game, basically. And now it just comes down to whether they can get a knockout. So they need other bosses or something like that to get a knockout on something on the bench like an EX. So we've got some 210s on there. So it does have kind of like we do have some low HP Pokemon in there as well. But we can 11 cards in hand, so although they can only use coin bonus once though. Attach energy, retreat, attach energy. It's gonna be close. This is gonna be close. I don't know. Because we've got a game in hand, basically. We know the next time we've got a game in hand. The question just becomes what support do they play? Just new active Pokemon. Okay, so they're actually leading. Okay, suggest that probably they do have bosses or something like that, or they should knock out the Ho-Oh. Alright, Vessel, sure. So they need the metal energy here anyway. Okay, the 2 metal, okay, so they can attack, that's fine. Alright, I mean if they knock out the Ho-Oh, I don't care. If they knock out the Ho-Oh, I have no... doesn't bother me. And we know they don't play Prime Catcher because they already use their spec of choice in Energy Search Pro. So but I feel like if they had bosses by now, they would have played it. The only thing they do have is they've got the Iron Bundle on the bench, but then I can choose the active Pokemon that I put active, so... Alright, yeah, I feel like... Okay. Took you that long to play bosses. Can they even get a knockout? Okay, 210. Go for it. Can you get a knockout? We know they've got one steel, they've got one metal energy in hand. Can they get a knockout? Is that the issue here? Wow, okay. Alright. I thought they had it. I genuinely thought they had it there. I mean, if they didn't have it, which they didn't, we would have had game next turn because we could have just used Arven. We've got catchers in, we've got Prime Catcher in hand. Okay, maybe they just ran out of energy, so we got lucky there a little bit. But nonetheless, we also had game in hand ourselves the next turn. If they didn't, we could have also just used things like, we had Arven. I think we had another Superior deck as well. We could have got some energy back, or even just retreated our active Pokemon as well and just gone back into Ho-Oh and got the knockout that way. But yeah, this is a list. It's very, very new. There's still some changes that I probably would have made having played it a few times now. But let me know what you think of the list and what you would change to it. I'm going to leave the list in the description box below you so you guys can go check that out and let me know what you think of the deck. And of course, as always, if you do like this type of content, you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card game, then as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, like this video, that would be great. But otherwise, guys, there you pretty much have it. That was Emboar box for you, or the Emboar Toolbox there for you. So thank you very much for watching, and see you all in the next one.